Because of ongoing health problems.
Can you describe in a bit of detail in terms of how it manifests itself? So, for example, somebody who's already got mental health conditions. I mean, you describe a few case studies, and I think there was one woman who was so badly affected by it she didn't feel she could go out of the house.
Yeah, that's right.
So, could you just describe that?
Yeah, the particular example is Jessica, who's in the case study 2 in our written evidence. And Jessica was actually 22 weeks pregnant when I met her at the food bank, and she'd walked over 2 miles to get to the food bank because she couldn't afford the public transport. And she was receiving ESA for her mental health problems, which had been triggered after she'd given birth to a stillborn birth of her son about 8 months ago. So since then she'd been finding her anxiety and mental health problems extremely difficult to cope with, and she missed one of her appointments, and despite letting the advisor know that she couldn't get in that day, she was sanctioned. And so from that, her mental health problems, there was sort of a spiral effect. Her worsening debts led her to seeking out Citizens Advice Bureau for some help with that. And she told me as well how she wasn't actually eating proper meals. She hadn't eaten a proper cooked meal for over 2 weeks. She was actually living on her sister's children's leftovers. She didn't have any electric in her flat. She said, I haven't had my fridge or my cooker switched on for 3 weeks. I can't afford the electric. I sold my telly last week. There was no point in keeping it because I can't afford to use it anyway. And unfortunately, cases like Jessica's aren't actually untypical. We see quite a lot of people coming to the food bank who are experiencing similar incidents, which are then therefore impacting on already poor mental health.